This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective Planet of the Apes Dr. Zaius. Now, take a look at the front. We can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Mezco box, with a really cool iconic image of the Statue of Liberty from the Planet of the Apes movie. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images and panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with his different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Dr. Zaius here. I think it's so cool. I love when Mezco gives us these like famous movie characters that might have more of a cult following than a huge giant following, you know what I mean? I love that kind of thing. So Dr. Zaius here is really cool and a very iconic character from the Planet of the Apes film. And right off the bat, I really hope we get more Planet of the Apes characters. Just like I wish they had continued with the Star Trek characters, I really want more Planet of the Apes. So hopefully Dr. Zaius isn't the only one we get from this particular series. But he looks great, man. The face sculpt itself is just so nice. It looks beautifully sculpted. He looks so gentle and soft. He was a very unique ape from those old classic movies. He very much stood out as his own character, so I love that. I think the wash in there is really, really nice. I think it looks so good. But his facial expression, man, it was something very almost charming about those old movies, especially the way they did the makeup and things like that, because these were actual real actors. This wasn't CGI. So they had a very special, unique look to him, and I think Mezco captured that beautifully, so I think that looks really, really nice. The soft goods came out really nice, too. I love here, this is almost like a pleather-like material that's like sewed on, stitched onto this like jacket that he's wearing. The assembly looks really nice too. All the way through the back right here looks really nice. Then you got a simple like orange coat right here. Very nice material. And a long brown shirt underneath. A little bit of an inlining in there too. Same thing, simple orange pants. I love the ape shoes that they wear, which is really cool too. So that looks pretty nice, the orange feet like there. And note that this is a... there's like padding in here, probably like some like cotton or something that kind of like, I guess, bulk him up a bit, but you can feel it. He's not just a simple buck with clothes on him. He has some bulkiness to him, and it feels like they padded his whole upper torso here, I guess just to bulk him up a bit, to be more like an ape, since they, instead of doing a whole new ape buck, you know what I mean? So I guess that's what they did. So it works though. I still like the way it looks. So very cool looking figure, man. Again, always love the Planet of the Apes. I know that's one of my dad's favorite movies, so that's where I first discovered those old movies. And I love having this character in the Mezco line. Okay, on to the accessories here. We do get a Planet of the Apes stand, which is that awesome Mezco stand. I always say they're my favorite stands in this scale for any figure line. I think they're great. Planet of the Apes logo right there. We also do get the clear articulated arm that we get with pretty much every Mezco figure, which again, I love for stuff like this. One thing we do get here is an interchangeable head, so I love this. So let me get a nice little close-up of that one. I love this one. This is the mouth open, talking. You can see the teeth and things like that. And Mezco is kind of hit and miss when it comes to their teeth. You know, some of them look a little awkward. Some of them look like little chiclets. I think this one actually looks pretty good. Again, I love the sculpt of these, man. Very, very nice looking sculpt for this particular figure. Very easy to change. I love how Mezco's heads are designed. They got that soft cup on the inside, so you can just interchange it like that. It goes on there super easy and holds on there super tight. So I love how Mezco does this. And then we get all kinds of interchangeable hands. We got gripping hands, open palm hands. I mean, pretty much everything you're going to need, more like 8 curled fingered hands and things like that. A little kind of a pointy hand, almost like that. I mean, there's just a ton of different hands that you could possibly have. It is crazy actually how many hands they gave us, you know what I mean, more open hands like this. I mean, there's a lot, man. They're all nicely sculpted with a fur on top and the folds inside the palm, all looking really, really good. We of course get his cane. Gotta have his cane, which I love. I love this little accessory right here, looking really nice. The wood grain on that looks really good. We also do get the paper airplane, which I think is funny because the apes at this time, they almost look at everything that belonged to a human as some type of like relic. So we have a paper airplane because, yeah, that's a relic. So I think that's hilarious that we even got that too. And you'll see some pictures later on. I posed them with pretty much every accessory he has. We have the human doll, which I think is really cool. This looks great. My camera's really shaky right now. But I love the folds on that. That looks kind of creepy. You can tell it's all dirty. It's seen better days. No articulation on this thing, I don't think. I've tried. So it's a simple skull, but it looks really good. And you can get him cradling this and hold it in his hand and things like that. So that's really cool. We also do get the Lawgiver statue. I love this, man. The Lawgiver statue is so cool. Just nice stone looking work. I love this so much. You can see it almost looks exactly like him with those little shoulder things. You got the scrolls at the bottom, all looking really nice. The way they did this stone to make it look like almost like granite, I think is really nice, man. The nice paint on there looking killer. So very nice piece for the display if you want to do a whole Planet of the Apes display or a dio. I love getting little things like this to add for something like that. So very, very, very cool. And then the last thing we do get, we get 2 of the sacred scrolls. I almost said scroll, like Super Scroll, scroll invasion. Anyways, never mind. 2 of the sacred skulls. I can't say that. Scrolls? God, I don't know what I'm saying right now. 2 of the sacred scrolls. There we go. Got it out. But these are awesome, man. And what's really cool, you can actually open these up and then pull them out. And then they actually have like the laws written on them. So if you want to see the beware the beast man, for he's the devil's pawn, like that's crazy. So if you want to read that, you can pause that right now and read that whole thing. So that's pretty cool too. Same thing with this one. Open this one up and you can read this one right here. Says the same thing, I believe. Beware the beast man. He's yeah. So I think they're both the same thing. So let me know if you got anything different. I don't know if I'm supposed to get 2 of the same ones. I'm not really sure, but still very cool. I love the fact that they have this in an actual paper. Very nice. So I love that, and you can actually just roll this up like so and get this cap on like that, and then store them away like that. So very cool. Again, he holds everything nice and tight. You get so many friggin' hands and stuff. It's crazy the amount of accessories you get, which I do love. I always love getting little artifacts and intricate things like this to build up any type of display, which is really cool. So I love this, man. Lots of great things here. Okay, so now let's run down his articulation. So his head is on that ball joint, kind of rolls around a bit. You can get left and right going pretty nicely up about that far. That feels like the neck is on a separate ball peg on its own. Can look down that much and pivot side to side. The bulkiness of this jacket is pretty hindering, but you can go up about that far, like that. It can go down, up, and out that far. It does feel like there's a butterfly joint in there, and then you get double jointed elbows. But again, the bulkiness of just this entire cloth here is very hindering in a lot of ways. But you're not going to supposed to really get him in anything too dynamic. He's not a ninja, for God's sakes. But rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. We do get a double ball peg in the midsection, so you get lots of rotation like that, pivot, crunch back and forth. So good motion there. Again, it is hindered by the bulkiness of this padding that we have under here. We could kick up that far, back that much, splits out to the side about that far, rotation in the upper thigh, double jointed knees where he can kick himself in his own monkey butt. We got ankle joints that are on ball pegs, so those roll around, rotate up and down, and a very good ankle rocker. So I think the articulation honestly is very well done on this figure. I'm almost positive he's using that Gomez buck. For all the Mezco collectors who know what Gomez is, the super articulated, it's probably one of their better bucks. So I'm a little shocked that they went that route with this. I'm not sure why they did that. I'm assuming it has to do with the soft goods. That buck works better around the soft goods of this particular figure, instead of using maybe like that Joker buck, which is very hindered, that a lot of people don't like, which I totally understand. So if you wanted to strip this down, you have a very articulated body, so that's really cool. But still, I've always loved Planet of the Apes. Again, I really hope we get more characters. So happy to have Dr. Zaius in my collection. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and McFarlane Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a couple other movie iconic characters from Mezco, being Alex DeLarge from The Clockwork Orange and Nosferatu. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of Dr. Zaius. Now overall, I think this is a really cool, incredible figure from Mezco, and I think it's one of those particular figures that's going to be a shame because I know a lot of collectors aren't going to get him because he's not a big superhero character or anything like that. He's just a very well-made action figure, and I love that. I love the vintage Planet of the Apes movie, and Dr. Zaius was always a unique character from that film. Now, I wish more people would pick up these characters because it would encourage Mezco to make more outside-the-box characters just from superheroes and Gomez characters. He's super well done with the soft goods. The head sculpts are incredibly and gorgeously painted. I love all the accessories and different things that we get from this world. It's just really awesome to me. And surprisingly, he has really well articulation. That is definitely one of the better figures that I've seen from Mezco. I'm not sure why they don't use that body more often. It's really, really good. But still, I love Dr. Zaius, and I think he would fit in great with any of your Mezco collections. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.